Hey YouTube, Rob here with a look at another Commodore 64 racing game. This time we're looking at Super Off-Road, or to give it its full name, Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road. A 1990 release, conversion of an arcade game from a couple of years prior, handled by Graftgold, so they were some great development during the C64 days. So this conversion, I haven't really played this conversion when I was younger. I played the Amiga version. It's actually quite a good game. One thing surprising is 3 players, the third player on keyboard. So this is the first time I've kind of played this one. So if I had to start, so it's your standard Super Sprint style racer, except this time with off-road, yeah, 4x4. So you've got that means one thing that's interesting is controls are a lot more like a traditional driving game. You hold up to accelerate, left and right to steer, and then fire gives you some boosts. You can see in the top right, you got the leaderboard, which is the race time, and then the what lap each player is each on, and then the number below has Yama boost. So, and of course, like any Super Sprint style races, you can get turbo and cash pickups. And one of these I like is that they sort of ramp up over time. So the next, so the blue drive just picked up some cash, and if all goes well, I can pick up this one. Damn it, the computer did 50,000. So, and use that money between races to buy upgrades and turbos, things like that. So I just picked up 5 nitros there. So that race over, between races so you get to upgrade. So in this case, so graphics are quite, for what this type of game is, they do the job quite well. Cars, I guess the car sprites are always going to be tough to get right. But it's all smooth. There's no flicker, I haven't seen any slowdown. And the fact they managed to implement keyboard controls to get a third player is something that's a bit of a rarity on the C64. The computer only had 2 joystick ports built in, so it wasn't all that popular to... One thing I'm not sure I'm a big fan of is the fact that the computer players can pick up power-ups, just because it means that the players become at a disadvantage, especially when you're playing in single player. There you go, bouncing. So this game I came second. Now, third. I think in this case you need to. So it looks like you've got to win or come second to be able to continue. So, in this case I've just continued for credit. So you only have a limited number of credits. Of course, being an arcade game, being a port of an arcade game, that's not a surprise. Now, and that's right, the track progression, rather than sort of play through each track linearly, you play through mixed forward and backwards, which some might feel is a bit of a grind. I'm not so sure if that's a problem. That's something, I can't remember how many tracks there are in the whole game. This is probably... sometimes a bit frustrating just the computer being able to knock you around crazy. yeah, I really am not a fan of the fact that computer players can pick up power-ups. It just increases the relative difficulty of the game, for me at least. That might be something that you may disagree with, but okay. Second place. Okay, so it looks like you've got to... Yeah. Come on, go. So yeah, essentially it means I have to come first ahead of all the computer players. Which definitely increases the difficulty. So I mean, I'm pretty much on my last credit at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised if I think this will be game over at this point, unless I do pull something out of the bag. I mean, the physics just a little too jostly at times, but it's a game I do recommend, especially if you can get some other friends to play. But as a single player experience, it's just a little too tough, to be honest. I mean, look at that. That blue driver's collected quite a lot of collected what? A 5 and a 6 nitro pickup, so already pretty much got a lot of nitros. I mean, I think in these kind of games, like, the computers can have some advantages over the player. Oh no, I won! Well, the computer can have some advantages over the player, but there needs to be, need to work out how to give the computer an advantage to the player, and how to make it, and how to balance that. So in this case, I think I'm just gonna put one into turbos. And here we are. Oh, and here we are for a new track. And I screwed the start up again by thinking sort of traditional Super Sprint controls. So graphically, the game plays up to the strengths of the C64. As I've said, it looks nice and colourful, nice and smooth. Sound is quite nice as well. You get sort of minimal mix of sound effects and some nice music. That's sort of the way to handle it. You don't really, in a game like this, you don't really want a drowning engine noise, and you want a variety of music. It's not just the one song, which is something that ruined some other games, in my opinion. So you've got like at least several songs for the tracks. Unfortunately, that means game over. So that's Super Off-Road on the C64. It's a good fun conversion, although you really want to have friends to play with. It's something that is just way too hard in single player. Signing off. This is Rob signing off for next time. Hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to bringing you some more games very soon.